Thank you, thank you. Just before I begin, I want to let you guys know that I was told that this would be an older, whiter crowd tonight. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, you know, not gonna lie, it made me a little bit nervous because I have no idea how to make old white people laugh without wearing blackface. But listen, I'm not gonna wear a blackface doing comedy because I learned my lesson from last time. But yeah, as you can see, I'm a little bit younger than the target demographic. I'm 23 years old, and that surprises a lot of people when I tell them that, because look at me. I got the face of a 17-year-old, a physique of a 16-year-old, and the liver of someone with a severe drinking problem. But you know, since I'm 23, that means I'm a millennial, and you know, we get a lot of shit. You know, people tell us we're the worst generation, even though I'm pretty sure we're not the ones who made Bill Cosby famous. But yeah. But like, you always see like these articles written about us just blaming us for all the world's problems. See articles that say stuff like, millennials are killing the movie industry, or why aren't millennials going out to eat anymore? But my favorite article, it said, why aren't millennials buying houses? And I'm like, probably because we don't have any fucking money. But yeah, probably like, you know, after these articles have been out for a while, you start to see people, you know, draw their own conclusions about us. Like, I remember I saw this one Facebook mom, she posted, these millennials, they're not innovative enough. They don't have anything. Really, Sheila? We're not innovative? Because I'd like to see you try to make a bong out of a pineapple. You know, there are a lot of stereotypes about us saying that, you know, we're snowflakes or can't take jokes. And, you know, most of those, you know, the stereotypes don't bother me, but the one stereotype about my generation that does bother me is saying that we don't support the troops, because that could be the first thing from the truth with me, because I know what military families go through, because a while back I dated a girl who was in a military family, and while I was seeing her, she had 3 family members who were deployed. Her brother was deployed, her cousin was deployed, and so was her husband. Stolen valor. But, you know, in all seriousness, I think I sort of see why people hate my generation, because I had to live with people my own age when I was in college. Like, I had this one guy who was absolutely disgusting. Like, he would always eat in the room. He'd never pick up after himself. He'd never shower, so an odor developed. You know, so I really hated living with this guy, because if I want to live somewhere that smelled like a rotting beef carcass with empty Chinese food containers everywhere, I would just move to Haverstraw. You're from Haverstraw? Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
I don't know what you're missing.
Oh, I know plenty. Believe me, I know what I'm missing, which is why I don't live there. But yeah. You know, but like, my biggest pet peeve about this one guy is like anytime he would eat in the room, he would like always do it audibly. I remember one time I walked in and he was just slurping Frosted Flakes out of his hands like this. Oh my god. Oh my god, yes. Oh god. It's like this guy was having an orgasm from eating cereal. Which got me thinking, imagine, if I could come just from eating food, well then, I probably wouldn't have gotten chlamydia.
How we doing?
Yeah. But I'd always like try to escape that guy by like going out to bars, but that almost never worked, because anytime I go to a bar, there'd always just be some drunk girl that tell me that I look like Ed Sheeran. Oh my god, you look like Ed Sheeran, sing me a song. Oh my god, you look like Caitlyn Jenner, go crash your fucking car. Just to be clear, that joke was not making fun of Caitlyn Jenner because she's trans. That joke was making fun of Caitlyn Jenner because she committed vehicular manslaughter. I just had to clear that up because I was told no LGBT jokes, which is fine. It's 2019. And you know, and since it's 2019, does anybody know what that means? It means it's been 10 years since Michael Jackson died. Woohoo! Wow, I didn't know I was playing to a pro-pedophile crowd tonight. Nah, but Michael Jackson's been dead for 10 years now. and which means anybody who is alive to remember Michael Jackson would be too old for Michael Jackson. But yeah, anybody see those that Michael Jackson documentary they recently aired? Yeah. One thing that I noticed about all of his accusers is all of them, they were white boys, and I'm not saying that because I think there was a conspiracy or that Michael Jackson preferred white boys. I'm saying that because only white parents are dumb enough to let their kids have sleepovers with a grown man going to gym. But it's amazing, we just from now remember Michael Jackson was bad, but last year they had Pepsi cans with him, they had Pepsi cans with Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, and Ray Charles on them. And now of those three people, the only one I would trust to watch my kids is the blind guy. As you know, Michael Jackson, he wasn't the only singer who liked him young. R. Kelly, they came out with a documentary, which makes me think we're only allowed to remember people who are horrible if documentaries came out about him, because I'm pretty sure that we forget that Hitler was horrible if he wasn't on the History Channel 24/7. But yeah, they had this, people were kind of surprised by this R. Kelly thing, they clearly forgot he peed on somebody. And even if that girl he peed on, was of age, you've got some problems if you're urinating on another human being. I can understand liking to get peed on, because that's kind of hot, but not if you're the one doing the pissing. Oh, okay. I'll finish up with this last one. But yeah, in all seriousness, I think we should be able to separate the art from the artiste. Even though they touch kids, you should be able to admit that Michael Jackson is a great singer, or that R. Kelly wrote some awesome songs, or that my gym teacher made some really amazing grilled cheese sandwiches. Just to be clear, I wasn't implying that my gym teacher was touching me. That was a joke, because if I was implying that, then I'd be violating the terms of the non-disclosure agreement, and we don't want that. But just to digress from my childhood trauma, I've going through a lot of change in my life. I moved to New City a couple months ago, and even though I've lived in New City for a little while, I really don't know too much about the place, other than the fact it's where everybody's Vicodin dealer lives. Yeah, but I've been, probably the worst thing I ever did, since, I'm an adult in the working world, was putting I'm a comedian on my job resumes and always ask how my comedy career is going. And I'm like, how do you think it's going? I'm at a job interview right now. All right, that's my time. Thank you.